Well, I didn't buy mud tires not to use them. It did take four-wheel drive to get over here, though. That's a little bit of dead weight hanging back here, especially going uphill in some slick mud. Wasn't much, just a little slick. Well, I made it back here this morning, and as you can tell, there's now water in the pond where there was not water when I left the other day, so that's why I brought the siphon. I kind of figured. That time of year, I think we'll be bringing the haul truck out here. I think we'll just make a bigger mess. Then no more brush than I have to move. I can just push it down there with the excavator and transfer to whatever. But it looks like the pond came up about, oh, I don't know, a foot. So it's about, I can't tell without looking down there at the overflow. Oh no, I still see the pipe sticking out of the ground. It's probably got to come up another foot. Well, you can kind of see how it's a swampy mess up here. So this kind of gives you a better idea of why I'm going to dig all this out. So if I dig this out another, 18 inches, 2 feet or whatever it takes, when it comes up another foot or so, it'll have plenty of depth there where it won't be just a real shallow, swampy mess, and that stuff right there won't grow. But today's goal is to go down there and get the rest of the pond dam cleared from that little zip line to the corner, and then I can put in this siphon, because obviously it's got to go across the pond dam and I can't drive across it, so I've got to go over there and clear everything that I need to clear first, and then I'll put that in probably around lunchtime. So I've made it down here to the pond dam, and I've gotten under the little zip line thing. Aggravating. It's a little lower than I thought it was. It does not leave a lot of room to scoot all this brush under, but it's not the end of the world. Piles, and then I put it under the line. There's the old metal pipe right there. As you can tell, it's dripping down there, and it's still probably, I can't spend too much, that line's right there, 8 inches, 6 or 8 inches out of the water. I can't really tell with that screen that's on it. So obviously now get that fixed, plugged up. That on. Almost to the end of the pond dam now. Seems like all the bigger trees are down here, so it's a little more work, but it up so I can transport it under the little zip line a little easier. So I just kind of grab it, snap it in half, drag it into a pile. Get all the dirt off I can. Come back for that tree stuff. Well, I can't get the log. That's okay, we got several more gravel bolts. We just kind of got to walk it down here and go under that cable. Ran out of room in the pond. Let's not rip the stairs down. And then I just kind of throw it over here for now. Or I can get to it when I get on that side. Back. Spin. Clear the line. And do it all over again. Big pine logs right there I'm going to try to get out, and I think all that over there is just going to have to stay like that. I can't really get to it without taking out a bunch of big trees, and we didn't discuss doing all that. So that'll give that side some fish habitat from the tree line. I'll reach out there and grab what I can grab. That's the maple trees. They have those real shallow but wide roots. So you end up with just a giant wad of roots. Let's see where I need to dump this at. Might just have to go all the way on under the zip line and throw it over there, because when I lay it down it's going to stand straight up. that zip line's going to be the last of my priorities. There we go. I made it. I might transfer some of this back. Now all the trees are removed off the pond dam, other than these three big pine trees that we opted to leave, just for the fact that they are going to absolutely destroy it if we do take it down. So now all the stuff to do is finish cleaning all these piles up and getting them down there, because I'm going to pile them up into the woods over there. What I'm going to do is grab one more grapple full, take it down here, and go ahead and put the siphon in on probably this side of that big pine tree right there, and go ahead and get that hooked up, and kind of that'll judge how much the pond will go down today. And there's a beaver swimming across the pond right there. That beaver is not happy with me. I have removed all the nearby beaver debris. Maybe he'll walk out over there. All right, I got the siphon in place. It was a bit of a challenge putting that together by myself, But I got it. Now it's time to take the 5-gallon bucket and fill it up with water before all the water runs out of the breathing holes in the back of the bucket, or draining holes, whatever you want to call them. If you're digging dirt, it lets the air out. If you're digging mud, it lets the water out. And the water's going down. Let me hurry. Siphon's full. I even caught a fish when I dipped the bucket of water down. Dipped the bucket down in there for some water. Now we're going to go down here and hope this works. They say it's a gallon per foot when you're filling it up, but it feels like a quart. Flow. Keep flowing. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Ah, there we go. Keep going. We're good. We tried to lose its prime there for a second. You saw the pipe become half full. That's no bueno. I must have had an air pocket in it. Well, it's flowing good there now. I'll be able to judge how much the pond goes down today. And I really only need to pull it down about 12 to 16 inches. So that should, it's about lunchtime now, so that should work out perfect as far as about 18 hours before I come back, 19 hours. That should pull it down 12 inches because that's probably 2.5 to 3 acres of water right there. All right, let's go get lunch. My tracks are muddy now. So back from lunch, what we've decided to do is take all this brush. I'm gonna pile it up over here in the woods. They do target practicing right here, and that'll make a nice backstop right there. So I'm gonna go right in front of those 2 hardwood trees. I'm gonna clear this out. Might leave like that poplar tree, I don't know. And then all this brush is gonna get, I'm gonna grab it and pile it up right there. So I got an area cleared out back here now. And what I'm doing is grabbing all that brush that I tracked down the pond dam, bringing it over here and building a nice wall with it. What I'm trying to do is layer it in and make sure it's packed in there, because they are going to be shooting bullets into it, so it doesn't need voids. As much dirt and mud that's in this stuff now, it's pretty well going to be packed down in there pretty good. I don't think I'm going to have a problem. Plus I got all that stuff down beside the pond that I've got to bring down here as well. Tracking so much down and packing it in there, it's a little bit difficult to grab it, pull it out of the pile. But that's okay. Every time I get a grapple pull, that's one grapple pull less I have to move. Big pile of stuff here when I'm done. There's really no good way of doing it. Too wet for the haul truck, and the haul truck's not here. It's just not worth it to bring it for 10 loads, and it's too muddy. I don't know if skid steer, it would take 2 weeks to move it all with that. So I just kind of end up grabbing whatever I can grab and drag it, toss it back. The way I look at it, this thing will move 5 times as much as a skid steer weighs, or will. So if I can make 1 grab with it, it will be 5 grabs with the skid steer. It's still more efficient to do it this way, even though it feels like it takes forever. Get it and drag it, it kind of slicks up everything as you go. Is to get it all back there in the back. So not a whole lot more to do. The siphon's been running for almost 5 hours now. Yeah. And it appears to have gone down about 2 inches. So I think I'm going to be good leaving it running all night tonight. But it's going to be down really good in the morning. I probably should have started it about right now, but I want to make sure the water's down enough, because once I get this brush moved tomorrow, I do plan on starting to dig out some. Get this back into some piles, and then I can go back there and drag it again, or just keep tossing it. I mean, every time I do this and throw it back, it gets it another 60-80 feet. So heading in the right direction, but there's still a lot of stuff up here that's gotta be moved. in all, this is actually going pretty quickly. Trying to keep it in individual piles so that I can do the same thing tomorrow. Just grab it, drag it backwards. Alright, I'm gonna work. Well, I'm finishing out today here. Have you ever worked all day long and just feel like you haven't really accomplished a whole lot? Kind of how I feel today, but pretty much just have that little bit of brush right there, and I've been dragging all that down and just kind of keep throwing it back. It's just so doggone wet out here. Really no good way of doing it. It just tears up everything. But I did get right much accomplished. Once I get down here I'll show you. So I've been working this afternoon on, since I come back from lunch, this morning I cleared from that stand right there all the way to the end. Got all those trees down and transferred back all the way to the end of the dam. And then I worked on getting all the brush that I had cleared off of the dam and piled behind it, tracked all the way down here to the end. And when I come back from lunch, I cleared out a spot back here where the backstop's going to be for the little target practice area, and started taking all that brush that I had walked down here and piled it all up there. So got a pretty good mountain back here now, and by the time I finish all that, all this, and this right here, it's going to be a pretty good sized pile. But as you can tell, I'm just grabbing everything: dirt, sticks, mud, roots. Pretty wet back here too. I don't think the old dump truck would do too well right here, but that should work as a nice backstop right there. You're not gonna shoot through that, I don't think. But everything is off of the pond dam that's coming off the pond dam now. We'll walk down here to siphon's been running for about 5 hours now. We'll see how much it's gone down. The stick right here, I put it at the water level when I started 5 hours ago, and even though it's 2 feet out, it's only really gone down maybe about 2 inches in elevation, so should be good. If it goes for another 20 hours, that'll only be 8 more inches. So I'll definitely be safe for it to run all night tonight. That's always like one of my biggest fears, is not really judging how fast it's going to pull the water out, and come back in the morning, the pond's completely empty. Oh, we're trying to save the fish. He's gone through all the work of putting those aerators out there. Put some oxygen in the pond because it's shallow out there. I bet it's probably only 4 or 5 feet deep out there. It's still flowing out pretty good though. I guess I have been busy today. I mean, I did get all this cleared, siphon put in. That took some time, and all this cleaned up. A lot of work. It's looking nice though. I'll come back at the end, put the grading bucket on, and just slick all this up and pull whatever crap I get out right there and throw it on the backside. Oh yeah. Yeah, if it goes down a foot or so, I think that'll be good enough for what I gotta do. I don't think it's gonna pull it down too low. That's only in the water about another 4 feet. All right, be back tomorrow.